President Donald Trump declares he's going to let Obamacare fail after Republican efforts to repeal and replace the healthcare overhaul implode in Congress. The announcement comes after two Republican senators, Utah's Mike Lee and Jerry Moran of Kansas, said they would vote no in a critical GOP healthcare vote expected to take place as soon as next week. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell proposed a vote on a backup plan to simply repeal the statute, but Republicans are backing out of that option too. Trump took to Twitter to criticize the party's failure because for 7 years, the GOP has pledged to repeal President Barack Obama's law. Marjorie Dannenfelser is closely monitoring the healthcare negotiations and what it all means for pro-lifers. She's the president of the Susan B. Anthony List and joins us now. Marjorie, thanks for being here this important week.
I'm so happy to be here always, Catherine.
Thank you. First, it looked like Obamacare wouldn't be replaced. Now it doesn't look like it will be repealed. What do you make of all of this, and what does this mean for the pro-life movement?
Well, this is a constantly moving bill. It's all over the place. It is quite a battle. Here among a pro-life House, a pro-life Senate, and a pro-life White House, there are a lot of other issues going on in this health care bill. Everybody knows that. One non-controversial piece, oddly, is the abortion issue. It is the majority in all those places. So right now, we have a little bit of a setback. I just got back from the White House, and we're talking about next steps and what to do now. Defunding Planned Parenthood is not off the boards, and it's what we still have to fight for. We were obviously disappointed and really devastated because it at least was an improvement. One thing that you can never do is lose hope, and we certainly are not. We're fighting.
That is my next question about defunding Planned Parenthood, because if this bill passed, it would have defunded Planned Parenthood. So what's the step now?
Well, yes, that's right. It would have, but there's still a reconciliation bill that can be used. What will it be used for? It could be used for tax reform. It could be used for defunding Planned Parenthood. So it is still there. It is still a vehicle for doing the right thing, and we're going to press for that. I mean, truly, even today, like right before I came on the set, we're getting calls from the Senate. The motion to proceed to the bill, we think it's possible we might get those votes. So it is really not over till it's over here. So keep watching and really advocating.
Absolutely. This week marks 6 months into Trump's presidency. At what point do we need to say Planned Parenthood should be defunded?
Well, day one of his administration, day 2, day 3, day 30, until it is done. Period. The end. Not just for a year, but forever, and all of it, not just 89% of it. So the battle is not finished until the job is done. And when you think about what's at stake, these are little boys and girls meant for this world. You can't stop. If it was just about tax reform or something else that was really important, you could maybe, start to lose hope and maybe just drop off. But no doing that right now.
Marjorie, thank you. And I want to get your take on this next story as well. An American doctor specializing in treating rare genetic conditions travels to London to assess 11-month-old Charlie Gard. Baby Charlie has mitochondrial depletion syndrome, a rare genetic disease that's left him brain damaged and unable to breathe unaided. His parents want Charlie to try an experimental treatment, but doctors at Great Ormond Street Hospital argue it won't help. The doctor from Columbia University who is assessing Charlie testified in a court hearing last week the treatment was worth a try. We're going to speak shortly with a pro-life lawyer who was present in that London courtroom. But first, Marjorie, this 11-month-old baby has captured the world's attention. What do you make of this case as an American pro-life leader?
Well, the international community and certainly the American pro-life community and beyond pro-life boundaries have really stood up and said, you know what, an institution, a judge can never love a child like its parents. An institution like a government isn't capable of doing that. And when they are in a position of having to argue against a court or argue against a hospital that they ought to be able to discharge their child to try to save that child's life when there is hope for the child, even if it's a little while to die at home. And for that institution who has not seen every step of the way the love and joy and the dedication of those parents to say, no, we won't allow it, is a presumption of death. And in fact, the presumption of death leads to the, quote, advocate for Charlie in the court, who has turned out to be an advocate for mercy killing, basically. So there is no justice here, and the world is watching England right now. And let's wait and see what they do. I believe with Catherine's help and with others and with more people speaking out and thanking Trump and others for stepping up, that we really have a shot of watching this boy live longer.
Absolutely. We'll have much more on this case. Marjorie Dannenfelser, president of the Susan B. Anthony List, thank you.
Thank you.